What is going on, everybody? It is Trey with Half Street High Heat, and today I thought it would be fun to show you guys what my All-Star Ballot looks like currently. Now, the All-Star game is about a month away at this point, so this ballot is definitely going to change before then. But you know what? I thought it'd be fun, and I can always do an update video right before the All-Star game if I feel like it. So anyways, I'm going to just go over my picks and some honorable mentions as well. So let's get into it. Okay, at catcher, at my backstop in the American League, I'm going with Alejandro Kirk. And in the National League, I'm going with Willson Contreras. Alejandro Kirk in the American League is my clear favorite right now. Jose Trevino is kind of close-ish second, but right now it's got to be Alejandro Kirk. The dude has been absolutely raking. He's currently slashing 304, 395, 473 as a catcher. That's a 148 WRC plus. And he's also an excellent defensive catcher. Blocking balls in the dirt, pitch framing, throwing out base runners, you name it. Alejandro Kirk can do it behind the plate. For the National League spot, it was a little bit tougher for me because I really value catcher defense. And right now, Willson Contreras is actually at a negative defensive value for catchers, but his offensive output has just completely superseded that. Willson Contreras has produced 16.8 offensive FWAR this season, and the next closest is Kirk at 9.5. So he is completely blowing everybody else out of the water. Double-digit walk rate, hitting for power, hitting for average, pretty much doing everything offensively that you would ask of any player, and he's doing it from the catcher position. Okay, at first base, we have Paul Goldschmidt from the National League and Ty France from the American League. Paul Goldschmidt is currently the most valuable offensive player via Fangraphs at this current point in the season. He is slugging over 600. He has a 189 WRC plus. He has a 417 on-base percentage. Now, this level of play is probably not sustainable, but I would say a 150 WRC plus probably is for him. And oddly enough, his defense has been really not good, which is weird for him because Paul Goldschmidt's a Gold Glover out there, so that's going to come back around as well. On the American League side, Ty France has just been overall solid. It's a little bit weaker on the American League side for first baseman, but Ty France is definitely the clear-cut choice. At second base, we have some interesting choices that I was just not at all anticipating coming into this season, and that's Jeff McNeil from the National League and Andres Gimenez from the American League. McNeil is more of a utility player this season. He's played 4 different positions, and there's no utility position in the All-Star game, which honestly I think there should be at this point with the amount of guys that are doing that. But McNeil is listed as a second baseman, and just based on his hitting, you don't even have to worry about his defensive positioning. His hitting has been good enough for him to be an all-star starter. He is doing what Jeff McNeil did before last year, where he had a weird season where he seemed to try and pull everything. He's back to spreading the ball all around, and it makes him impossible to shift in the final year of the full shifting, and that is very helpful because teams are definitely shifting a lot this year because they know it's going away. And Andres Gimenez from the American League, that's a big surprise for me. I thought that he would end up being a solid player when I first saw him break into the league with the 2020 Mets. His glove has never been a question. He is one of the elite defenders in the infield in this league, but the bat has really impressed. Now he is rocking a 367 BABIP, which is not going to sustain, but he's also hitting over 300, so it's very, very doable for him to be like a 275 average guy, and if he's going to slug 500, then this guy's going to be a star. Okay, now we have shortstop, and it's a little bit weird. So for shortstops, I have Tommy Edman as my National League candidate and Xander Bogaerts as my American League candidate. So Tommy Edman is a utility guy, sort of, but he's played mostly 2 positions this season, and that is second base at 48 games and shortstop at 27 games. Yet he's listed as a shortstop on the All-Star ballot for some reason. Now, either way, I think whether it's second base or shortstop, Tommy Edman's got to be a starter in the National League this season. You know, I'd put Tommy Edman as like a true 4-tool talent. He's got some pop, but it's not really something you expect from him, but you'll definitely take it from him. However, the fielding is unbelievable. He can pretty much field any position out there on the diamond, and he is a burner on the base paths. He's already got 15 steals this year. And in the American League, it's Xander Bogaerts, and it's pretty much not close. A couple weeks ago it might have been, but TA is currently, actually he just came back from it being hurt, and he's only played 42 games. And Jeremy Pena has been in and out with some injuries as well, but he was really impressed at the beginning of the year. But because Xander Bogaerts has been able to play the entire first half, he has become the clear front runner at shortstop in the American League. He's currently slashing .335, .397, .486 for a 150 WRC plus. And the best part is he's actually really gotten better on defense. I don't know if this is just a temporary thing for him and he might regress back to the mean, but right now he's defending at a high level. And that's always been kind of a bugaboo with Xander Bogaerts, is that he's not the best defender, but currently he is middle of the pack for shortstops. And when you're hitting like this and you're given just decent enough defense, this is an extremely valuable player. All right, for third baseman, I have Manny Machado representing the National League and Jose Ramirez representing the American League. Red Sox fans, I'm really, really sorry that I couldn't include Devers as a starter, but right now it's Jose Ramirez, and I understand the argument, and there's absolutely an argument to be made with Devers. But J-Ram is doing something that no player really does anymore, and that's completely cut out the strikeout. He is only striking out at a 7.5% clip. 7.5% strikeout rate for a dude who homers a lot, who hits for power. He's slugging over 600. He has a 187 WRC plus. Normally when you have a guy who strikes out this little, it's because they're an ultra contact, ultra average guy who doesn't walk. Jose Ramirez walks. Jose Ramirez hits for power, and he only strikes out 7.5% of the time. It's absolutely ridiculous. He's also a 5-tool player. He's got 11 steals. He's a great defender at third base, although this year he's been a little bit down. That'll come back up. I promise he's a great defender there. And offensively, he's been ultra valuable. And in the National League, we have Manny Machado. Manny Machado actually has the most F4 accumulated of any player so far this season. Unfortunately, he was just injured this week, I think, against the Rockies, and luckily it wasn't a major injury, but he's going to be out for a little bit. Either way, he's already done more than enough to be a deserving candidate of the starting spot in the National League for third baseman. Okay, I'm going to start on the American League side with the outfield. My American League starting outfield is Aaron Judge, Mike Trout, and Byron Buxton. Now, I don't think Judge and Trout are debatable at all, really. They gotta be starters. Aaron Judge has like 30 homers already. Mike Trout's Mike Trout, so yeah, obviously. But the third spot is definitely debatable. You got Kyle Tucker, you got Taylor Ward, you got J-Rod, who honestly is making a last-minute push here this past month. He's getting hot. But Buxton is another guy who is suffering from just extremely poor BABIP luck. He has a 214 BABIP, which, for a guy with his hitting skills is not sustainable. That is going to come up. And he's still at a 2.5 F4, so that should tell you everything you need to know. Even with bad luck, this guy has been exceptionally good. All right, in the National League, it's a little bit more interesting because it's kind of hard. There's not as much talent in the National League outfield as there usually is. So we got Mookie Betts. He's a lock. He's going to make the team. He's going to be a starter. But then the other two spots are kind of tough. So I went with Brandon Nimmo as my center fielder. I really like how Nimmo has completely flip-flopped his game essentially this season by becoming a great defensive center fielder, one of the best this season so far. Now, he's still hitting very well, and I should preface this by saying he has a great slash line. He gets on base a ton. The power has not been there. He's only slugging just over 400. But with his defensive skill and his on-base skill, you don't really need that to get an all-star caliber player. And he's shown the ability to hit for power in the past, so that's definitely something he can still do. And in left field, I'm going with Ian Happ. And now this is something I was not even anticipating when I started looking at the leaderboards. In terms of the National League, only 3 players actually have a Fangraphs offensive F4 value that is over 10, and Ian Happ is one of them. All right, moving on to the DH, we have Yordan Alvarez in the American League, and in the National League, it's Bryce Harper. I don't really think these two are up for debate. I'm pretty sure everybody would agree that Yordan Alvarez and Bryce Harper are 2 of the best hitters in the game. Yordan Alvarez has actually played a lot of left field this year, but they're listing him as a DH, which is helpful to me because that helps me get his bat in the lineup. And that bat is producing an OPS of almost 1100. So yeah, I think he's going to be the DH for the American League. And on the other side with Harper, he's listed as a DH because he's injured and he can't actually throw the ball. He has a partial tear in his UCL, I believe, in his right elbow. So he would actually probably be one of the outfield candidates for the National League if he was able to play it. But because he's basically not able to play the outfield right now, he's a DH candidate, and he is also OPSing over 1,000. And that'll do it. And these, like I said, these choices will almost certainly change. And I might do an update video if you guys would want that. Also, I think I got a little rambly in this video, so sorry about that. But you know what? It's fine. I'm just excited to be back and hopefully uploading every week for you guys. So please, leave a like, leave a comment, hit that subscribe button, look in the description for our Twitters. And with that being said, I will see you guys next time. Peace.